As it sits right now, the Lumberjacks would be the 3. But this is a whole lot of fun, Joe, because they can move up some seat lines. The Aggies right now would be the 1, but they could drop as far as the 4. So these two games are extremely meaningful for both the Aggies and the Jacks.
It's going to be real interesting down the stretch here. See how the Aggies handle this, a little bit of pressure on them, but like you said, these two games are very important.
It is a blackout game, so the Aggies in the black and Stephen F. Austin on the road in the white. This is Jabari Rice, who scored 21 in the first matchup in Nacogdoches. The Aggies are trying to bounce back after a stunning loss in Chicago over the weekend. Johnny McCants was one of 5 players unavailable. A 5-second call is called by the official, J.P. Guerrero. And the Aggies turn it over to start, and we'll see Stephen F. Austin on offense for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, we talk about Gavin Kensmill. They're going to go up. They're going to give him the ball. They're going to give him the ball. He's going to really be active on the boards. 2 turnovers to start off the game. Not an ideal start for either team, but it cancels out.
Yeah, Cackle-Rees and Tizano not on the same page right there. Teddy Allen, of course, is huge. He only scored 10 against Chicago State over the weekend, but he's averaging 20 a game this year. McCants, a hard move to the rim. No call from Eric Curry, the official. Allen back outside for Rice, defended by Cackle-Rees. The Aggies should have a size advantage across the board against SFA. Bounce pass goes to McNair, and he floats it in on the helper from Johnny McCants. We get a whistle, though, because earlier in the possession there was a flop on SFA, so that is their first. And it'll be a technical in the next flop for the Lumberjacks. A minute in, 2-0 Aggies. Big game here in the WAC tonight, one of 3 games around the league. Tizano finds Kensmill, working on McNair. 6'7", 260 pounds. He flies it outside for Cackle-Rees. Here's Salomon, leans into McCants. It was deflected and taken by Johnny McCants.
There it is, that size advantage.
McCants flies it outside Henry, thought about a 3, passes in midair. Aggies staying patient on offense here with McNair. Defended by Kensmill. He'll back down Gavin Kensmill. Stays patient. Lost the handle. McCants a straight on 3, and he splashes it through.
It's a good sign there for Johnny McCants. I'm sure he's happy that they're back in the Pan Am.
McCants was unavailable over the weekend in Chicago. He had a non-COVID illness right before pregame. The Aggies thought they had him, then they didn't. He was one of 5 guys unavailable as Derek Tizano drains the jumper. First points for the Jacks here tonight. So the Aggies were heavily short-handed in that stunning loss against Chicago State over the weekend. Trying to bounce back here tonight in their first of 2 at home this week. Here's Allen, backdoor underneath, and Henry had a wide open look, and then he's whistled for the personal as he fouls Kensmill on the rebound. Joe, we expect this to be a very physical, well-coached ball game. 2 really good head coaches, Chris Jans for the Aggies, Kyle Keller for SFA, and this will be a physical, intense game for 40 minutes.
Yeah, the defense is going to be there. There's going to be a lot of body checking, a lot of hands. And the officials are going to let them play. I think already you can tell they're going to let them play through that. And that, I think, works in favor for the Aggies because of their size advantage.
Pull-up jumper for Jossell, misses wide right. Allen averages a team pass 7 rebounds per game. Saves it on the end line, but throws it away to Tizano. Transition triple for Jossell. Offensive rebound, Tizano. This is Cackle-Rees, who went scoreless last time out for SFA. He averages 10 a game. Throws up a floater, he misses, put back in by Day Hall, who just came in for SFA. And we'll get a flap warning on Johnny McCants. So the officials trying to take care of things early. A flop warning already on SFA, Kyle Keller's team, and also on the Aggies.
Yeah, and you can see there a little bit of a flop, but that's flop warning on each team already, so that's free throws for the next flop.
Backdoor pass intended for McCants is stolen by Day Hall. Ahead for Cackle-Rees, and he lays it in right over the defender. Once again, he was scoreless last time out in a 2-point win against Abilene Christian. And the Aggies turn it over again. A little sloppy early. Cackle-Rees looking backdoor for Kensmill. It pinballs into the hands of McCants. Up tempo early. Hand off to Allen, trying to find a crease on Jossel. Layup no good. Good verticality down low by Kensmill. Cackle-Rees to Day Hall. Checked at Tizano, and he's swatted by McCants. Allen a transition triple, and that is way off for Teddy.
Man, what a quick pace to start this game out. Guys running back and forth, block shots, threes in transition.
Nothing easy tonight, right, Joe, on both ends?
And that's because this game means so much to both teams. If you don't think it means anything to SFA, you're wrong. It means a lot to them.
Cackle-Rees has 4 now on 2 lay-ins for SFA. SFA at 1.4-4 in the WAC. They have rallied now for 8 straight wins to work their way into the race. 2 wins this week, and they get at least a share. McCants runs over Kensmill, and that is offensive, or Johnny McCants. And that will finally take us to our first media. 14:54 left here in the first half. You better score tough around the rim tonight. Physical ball game early. Aggies and Jacks in the second to last game of the regular season.
2 high-quality programs that are both trying to make some noise here at the end of the season. And if they can come into the Pan Am and get a win, that's going to be huge for both of their programs.
Utah Valley is in town Saturday. They have a really tough week this week. They're going to play Grand Canyon on Thursday in Phoenix, and then travel here and play here on Saturday night in the regular season finale. The Aggies bring in Nate Pryor, Mike Peak, and Uat Aylock off the bench. The Aggies are fully healthy here tonight after having 5 guys not available against Chicago State over the weekend. Here's Jalen Jackson-Posey in off Kyle Keller's bench. Might have been a pass, and it's a lay-in for Nana Antwi-Bosiako, a freshman from Nacogdoches, where SFA is located.
I think that was a pass, and it was a good pass.
Antwi-Bosiako had been scoreless in each of the previous 4. A young man with big size at 6'9", 220. He'll defend Aylock here. This is a pretty good matchup between Aylock and Antwi-Bosiako. Aylock with the left hand, no good. And it's tapped right to David Cackle-Rees. Cackle-Rees finds Hall. Hall, a 6'5" forward, goes to work on Peak, and he scores right over Mike Peak. SFA ahead by 7.
Yeah, they're getting high-quality looks at the basket and making layups. And you can see Cackle-Rees is really making it hard on Jabari Rice right now. He's trying to find him, denying the ball.
Good acrobatic move there by Peak. He will shoot a pair. The Aggies had some confusion on that set piece. I don't think Aylock was where he was supposed to be, but they still get 2 free throws out of it.
And that's a good find by Nate, and that's just Mike Peak being athletic. But he can get to the line, and it's going to be important for the Aggies to make free throws on a night when the baskets just aren't falling.
Peak was scoreless in the first meeting with SFA this year. In Nacogdoches back in late January, the Aggies won that game by 14. A large reason why was the play of Rice and Allen, who combined for 47 in that game. Solomon comes in, replaces Day Hall. And Nigel Hawkins will come in for Cackle-Rees. Hawkins, a transfer from nearby Utah. Second free throw is good for Mike Peak. Here's Jossell, the transfer from Kansas, finds Salomon, who has a good mid-range game, can't hit off glass, and Allen collects his second board. Rice coming off a near triple-double in Chicago. He loses the handle. Great pressure by Stephen F. Austin out there in the arc, and the Aggies turn it over again. They're sixth.
They just look a little confused on offense. You can see they're trying to set something up. Guys aren't in the right spot. And that's what happens. I mean, you turn the ball over when you get confused like that.
Mentioned earlier that SFA isn't huge. Kensmill's only 6'7", Salomon's only 6'7", but a guy like Salomon, a guy like Day Hall, those guys can defend out on the arc. So they're very athletic big men. They do have Antwi Bosiako, who's 6'9", Jonathan Aku, who might play, who is 6'10", but they're not really that big in the front court. They manage, though, because they're so athletic out there.
Yeah, they play some swarming defense, and they've been playing it all year. All year, if you watch the film on them. So I think that was Mike Peake goes crashing into the...
Good hustle there by Peake, who stepped out of bounds on the help side defense there on the backside.
But yeah, they play that physical defense. They've been playing it all year. They turn you over. And you can see it here tonight. The Aggies are getting a little rattled by it.
And in the first meeting, the Aggies really limited Kensmill. He only scored 8 in the first matchup, so that was 8 below his season average. He'll get a post touch right here. Goes with the left hand. He misses. Cleared by McCants. Nate Pryor unavailable in the previous 4. He's finally back. Here's Allen, a reverse lay-in for Teddy Buckets. Oh my, what a finish.
Man, look at this finish by Teddy. Puts a lot of English on it, but doesn't need it. Oh man, that's a good finish right there. I like that. That's big for the Aggies. They needed something to get their momentum going. Now you'll see on defense, they'll start to have a little bit more energy.
Something like that could get Teddy rolling here. He's averaging 20 points per game. 4th in the WAC in free throw shooting, 85%, and he brings the Aggies within 2. Chris Giant's trying to go to 31-0 in WAC home games during his tenure. Good pass by Tisano. He finds Kensmill, who runs over McCanton. That's a charge. Artgaven Kensmill.
2 big momentum plays right there. Teddy with an and 1, and then Johnny taking a charge here. Not sure I would have stuck in to take that one. Kensmill, it's a big guy coming down the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'7", 260, and that is foul number 2 on Kensmill, so he has to take a seat, and Day Hall returns for SFA. That is big for the Jacks. He is their top scorer, their top rebounder. He is the heartbeat of this team. And a foul is called on Jackson Posey, who is riding Rice on his way to the rim.
But you can see there, that's the type of defense they play, and they're going to play that the whole game. They're going to be on everybody like that all the way up the court.
Tisano's all over Allen. He goes to the rim, and that's offensive on Teddy Allen. There are a couple of white jerseys down there trying to take a charge against Teddy. And it's Jossell, the KU transfer, who draws it. Both teams will really sacrifice their bodies. No question about that.
They will, and I'm not sure he had the great position right there, but Teddy was a little bit out of control, and that's what's going to get you that charge right there, just flying in the lane. But like you said, it means something. It means something to both these teams, and you got to sacrifice your body if you want to win these games.
It's foul number 1 on Teddy. He will take a seat. 8 minutes in. Jacks ahead by 2 on offense on the road in the whites. Day Hall. Fadeaway jumper blocked by McCants, the WAC leader in block shots. No numbers, and Pryor hands it off to Rice. McCants on the baseline to Peake. He'll slow things down, look for a point guard. Almost stolen there by Jackson Posey.
They're going to try and get it to Jabari, see if he can initiate something.
They find Jabari, wing-to-wing pass. Mike Peak down low. He's trying to dunk over the defender, Solomon. And a shot clock violation is called on the Aggies. It is tough to get it in the cylinder here tonight. The Aggies met the Jacks at the rim earlier. Solomon meets the Aggies at the rim right here. Jacks ahead by 2, nearly 9 minutes in. Turnovers, Joe, still an issue for the Aggies, already 8 committed. And you look at field goal attempts, the Aggies have only attempted 8. SFA has attempted 14, in large part because of the turnover number.
Yeah, they got to figure something out. It's got to be Jabari, it's got to be Nate. Johnny can't turn the ball over. They got to figure something out to get a flow on offense and get some more shots up.
Teddy Allen has only scored 3. He's only attempted 3 shots. Rice hasn't scored yet. McCants has 3, McNair 2, Peak 2. Mid-range jumper no good for Jalen Jackson Posey. And it's ripped in by the point guard, Nate Pryor. Transfer from Washington. Was unavailable in the previous 4. Last played at UVU on February 12th. Good to see Pryor back here tonight. And he is hounded out by midcourt by Jackson Posey.
Yeah, he's going to become important in this game because of that physical defense. You're going to need a guy that's a little bit of a release.
An extra pass to Will McNair from Nate Pryor.
And on top of that, he's a great passer.
Joe, he moves extremely well without the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. He's always going to get that weak side cut, and then he always likes to drop it off.
Solomon off balance. He missed it. Leaks out to Allen, who leads the break for the Aggies. No numbers, though. Allen will stay patient with it. Doesn't use the ball screen. McCants reverses for Pryor. Positioning for McNair, and he floats it in. Will McNair has a half dozen early.
Stephen F. Austin has a little bit of a smaller lineup, so it's going to be important for the Aggies. Got to look down low. Got to get shots at the rim right now.
McNair averaging 11 points per game in his previous 2. He had 14 points, 14 rebounds 2 games ago at Seattle. Open look for Tisano. Hasn't made a 3 all year. He's now 1 for 6 for the year. Allen going to work on Jackson Posey. Right back to Will McNair. Trying to square up on Solomon. Spins to his left, and he's fouled going up. Will McNair will shoot a pair.
And you can see here Nate with a good cut. And that's what you do as a big man. Just hang around the basket, and you'll get that drop-off pass for a dunk. But Will's doing a great job of getting position right now, using his body.
And it would be huge for the Aggies if McNair could play well down the stretch. Just 1 regular season game left after tonight. Big man from Philly, 56% free throw shooter this year. And he misses way short in the first. Good minutes for Pryor. Rice comes in for Nate Pryor. Jackson Posey will go off for SFA. Hawkins is back in. And Nana Antwi Bosiaco also checks back in for Kyle Keller. So a lot of minutes for the big man from Nacogdoches.
Yeah, they're going to need his big body tonight. Kensmill back in with those 2 fouls. That's going to be something to watch here in this next 9 minutes.
That shows a lot of confidence from Kyle Keller to bring Kensmill back in at the 9:07 mark in the first half with 2 personals. Kensmill's a veteran, so he could certainly be extra careful the rest of the way here in the first half. We get a foul away from the ball. And if that's our Teddy Allen, that's number 2. Yeah, that's number 2 on Teddy Allen. So Vershawn Cotton, who got a lot of minutes in Chicago, Joe, because the Aggies had so many guys unavailable. 5 guys in the top 11 were unavailable in Chicago. So Vershawn Cotton got a lot of minutes, and he comes in rather early here tonight.
Yeah, that's what happens. You get a lot of minutes, you play well. The next game, you're going to get that same opportunity.
Antwi Bosiaco for 3, and he drains it. He's 7 for 11 on trays during his freshman year, so he can hit that shot. Backdoor lob, it goes to McCants, and he stuffs it in two-handed. They've run that play for Johnny for years, Joe.
Yeah, that's a great set play, especially when the defense is so swarming like that. It takes a little pressure off them.
And Kensmill is fouled by McNair. He got Will in the air, and McNair fouled him on his way down.
Yeah, good screen right there by Rashawn Cotton and a good pass. I mean, you just got to throw it somewhere near the rim if you're throwing it to Johnny.
Kensmill really struggling recently on free throws. 3 for 14 in his previous 2 games. He's 61% though for the year. One of the best players in the WAC, an awfully good post player from Suriname. Transfer from Iona and Navarro Junior College. A great find by Kyle Keller, the 6th-year SFA bench boss. Kensmill had a 37-point game at California Baptist in late January, so he is capable of really going off.
Yeah, he's really making a case for first-team All-WAC this year.
Misfires on both, but possession will stay with SFA. Last touch by Rashawn Cotton. The Aggies usually don't go this small. This is one of the smaller lineups they're going to use all year.
Yeah, they got to do something against the quickness and physicality of these SFA guards.
Need a guard. Antwi Bosiaco out there. He just made one moments ago. Jassel finds Hawkins, the UTEP transfer, too deep on his 3. Kensmill puts it back in. So it winds up being a 2-point possession for SFA, despite the free throw misses from Kensmill. And Jassel bumps Henry near the arc. Back and forth we go here at the Pan American Center. SFA ahead by 1, 12 minutes in. The Aggies with the win get at least a share of the WAC title and the 1 seed in WAC Vegas.
Hey guys, well, just a brief background. SFA is coming off back-to-back wins in the final seconds. They were able to beat Sam Houston last Thursday and Abilene Christian on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Aggies begin their 3-game road trip with wins against Grand Canyon and Seattle before losing to Chicago State last weekend. Now, we did see that Chicago State loss stunned a lot of people around the conference. So tonight, like we were saying, they've got a lot to make up for since then. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tatiana. A lot of motivation, Joe. Chicago State, certainly an improved program, but a program that is near the bottom of the WAC and near the bottom of Division I. So that's a game that shocked so many people, and the Aggies are trying to find a way to have a short-term memory and really bounce back here today.
Yeah, they're going to have a short-term memory because these are important games. And one thing I want to say about that Chicago State game is you got to give credit to Chicago State for coming out and playing. A lot of times they don't get that credit. Their coach is doing a great job, and they took advantage of the Aggies that night.
Yeah, their head coach, Gerald Gillian, has done a marvelous job there in Chicago in his first season. Step in 3 is no good for Henry. We saw Chicago State, Joe, I think it was New Year's Day, and we were really impressed by Brandon Betson, who's one of the best guards, maybe the most underrated guard around the WAC this year.
Yeah, those guards don't get a lot of credit because their record doesn't always look that great, but he's a good guard and he can really play.
Rice picked up his dribble. McCants finds Cotton. Trying to dump it off for McNair. Leaks out to McCants. Misses short on the 3, but he follows his miss. Johnny does all the little things well. He follows his shot after the miss, and the Aggies get a fresh 20. Jabari Rice is still scoreless. He has not even attempted a shot. He has the ball in his hands right now. He crosses over our Cackle-Rees. Throws it out for Cotton, who banks in the triple. Rashawn Cotton for 3.
Yeah, bailed him out right there off the glass. Shot clock running down.
Kensmill hands it off to Cackle-Rees. He gets it right back from Cackle-Rees. Kensmill double teamed. Somebody's open, it's Jassel. He misses the 3, he grabs his miss, thought about the 3 again, didn't take it. Kensmill rumbles down the lane, and that is a tough matchup for Will McNair. Kensmill 6'7", 260, but he moves really well, and he is slippery quick.
You can see nice find by Jabari, and you know that's what it's there for, right?
Bank's
that's what the
open, right?
backcourt's there for.
A little late, but the bank's open. That was foul number 2 on McNair, so Donnie Tillman sees his first action today late in the first half. The Aggies double team Kensmill again. Mid-range, Jossell, transferred from Kansas. Played in 9 games last season for Bill Self. Lead right back to SFA. They're shooting 43% from the field. That pass was deflected, and it will stay Aggie ball on the baseline. Stephen F. Austin shoots 48% for the season, which is first in the WAC. They've always shot well. They shot 52% last season in their final year in the Southland. So this is a really, really good shooting bunch, and they typically shoot a high clip. They've been at 50% or better in 3 of their previous 4.
Yeah, they shoot a lot of high percentage shots is what they do. They get the nice mid-range because you got to double some of these guys. They get open shots. But
Tillman couldn't get open, and Rice throws it away. Another Aggie turnover. That is 9 here in the first half.
yeah, Coach Jens is not going to be happy about 9 turnovers at halftime.
This is Day Hall back outside for Jossell. The Cans will let Hall shoot it, and then he wipes it off the glass.
Well, there's a couple guys that they're giving a little bit more space, daring them to shoot it.
The Aggies have only shot 5 threes so far. They've made 2. Rice is fouled on the pass. He's fouled by Jackson Posey. And that is foul number 7 on SFA, so Jabari will shoot 1 and 1. Or was it McCants who was fouled? I think Jabari just lost the ball. I thought Jabari was fouled, but it's actually McCants who was posting up. So it's Johnny McCants who will shoot 1 and 1. The Aggies caught a break right there because Rice wasn't fouled. He just lost the ball as he was looking for a post entry. McCants only 49%. He looked a whole lot better on that one.
It's going to be important for them to make free throws tonight. As you can kind of see, it's playing out to be a real tough physical game. Have to make tough shots, but free throws are going to become real important.
2 big ones there for Johnny McCants. This is going to be a very emotional week for Johnny, his final week at home. 6th-year senior from here in town, Oneonta High School grad, and he's had a whale of a career in the Crimson and White. He ties us up at 21. 5 minutes left here in half 1. They say it was deflected, so no traveling, and then Salomon puts it in. The fans thought it was traveling. That's a good call, though, on Eric Curry. It was deflected.
Yeah, I thought the Aggies got a hand on that one. I didn't think it was a missed call.
And then Johnny McCants answers on the other end. And Kyle Keller will call a timeout for the Lumberjacks. These 2 head coaches, Chris Jans and Kyle Keller, if you don't guard, they will not stand for it, Joe. You really have to guard at a high level to stay in the game and to make them happy.
Yeah, they're not going to stand for it, and they'll let you know about it. That's what this timeout is for, is that you're not defending. And on both ends, you got both coaches yelling, screaming, and that's just the type of environment it is tonight.
Kyle Keller took over for Brad Underwood, who, of course, had big-time success in Nacogdoches. SFA won a couple of NCAA tournament games in 2014 and 2016 during the Brad Underwood tenure. And then Brad Underwood went to Oklahoma State, only spent a year in Stillwater. Then he went to Champaign. And if you follow college hoops, you know what Brad Underwood has done with Illinois. And Kyle Keller has come in this program. And right where Brad Underwood had it, Kyle Keller has made this a seamless transition for a really good, consistent program just like the Aggies.
Yeah, they've been good year in and year out, but they're one of those teams that you don't want to see in March.
Yeah.
Because they win games.
Their win against Duke a couple years ago sent a lot of shockwaves around the country. Lob down low to Kensmill, and he lays it in for 2 more. So Kensmill has 6, which is only 2 below what he scored in the first matchup in late January in Nacogdoches. As expected, a very tight first half. Pryor trying to sneak by Jackson Posey. Outside for Rice. Misses the 3. Grabs the rebound, comes up with it. Sends it back outside for Henry. Pryor looking for McCants, and he throws it away and then commits a personal. And that will send Day-Day Hall to the free throw line for bonus free throws on the other side. The Aggies already in double figures in turnovers with 10. The SFA lead is 2. Under 4 media here at the Pan Am.
They're all over the place. They got active hands. They're really pushing the Aggies far out. And the guards can't do anything. They're making it really hard on the Aggies to set up any kind of offense right now.
Only 3 turnovers on Stephen F. Austin, so they are +7 right now in turnover margin. They've only attempted 2 free throws. It was a pair of misses for Kensmill. And after the foul are Nate Pryor. 1 in the bonus for Day-Day Hall, 69% for the year. SFA as a team is only 67%. And they're now 0 for 3. If you include this game, the Lumberjacks are 22 for 46 in their previous 3 from the stripe. So really struggling in that area. The Aggies get an easy bucket. Johnny McCants is in double figures with 11.
Yeah, Johnny gets the bucket on that, but give that basket to Coach Jans. He drew that up in the timeout, and they executed perfectly.
He's so good at that, isn't he, Joe? Getting the Aggies easy buckets out of a timeout. And that is offensive on Jalen Jackson Posey, who was fighting for positioning, trying to get open there on the perimeter.
Good baseline pass by Nate. And then a foul on the other end, offensive foul. Aggies see if they can get something going right here.
Did that give you a lot of confidence, Joe, when you were a player here, when you had Chris Jans on the bench and you knew that he was going to put you in a perfect position to have success?
Yeah, it was. You didn't have to think as hard because he did all the thinking for you. What he would call is he was going to manufacture a bucket. And if you executed the play that he drew up, he would manufacture a bucket. That's why I give that last one to Coach Jans. He deserves that one. And you can see there, they actually just ran the same play to the other side.
Yep. Solomon tried to save it, but he was out of bounds. Pryor will trigger. At first, there might be a clock issue. They're checking on the clock. Right now, it reads 3:12. David Hall's over at the monitor. David Hall, Eric Curry, J.P. Guerrero, our crew. A really good crew tonight from the Pan Am Center. Great to have you with us. Adam Young, Joe Garza, who won a WAC regular season title in 2018, played in a couple of NCAA tournaments, and Tatiana Favela with you. Aggies lob it in for McCants. Quiet first half offensively for Rice. He has not scored. He scored 21 against SFA in the first matchup. And Hall commits a foul on the arc. He fouls McCants, and we'll see if Johnny can continue his hot free throw shooting here.
Yeah, and that's his active hands, get tied up. But yeah, you mentioned Jabari had 21 points last game. Guess what? SFA watches film too, and they watched that film multiple times. They're not going to let Jabari beat him tonight.
Teddy Allen in the first matchup scored 26 coming off the bench, and he's still on the bench. He has 2 personal fouls. McCants is 3 for 3 on free throws. Joe, I know this is a few years ago, but going back to senior week for you, was there some extra juice knowing that you were going to play at the Pan Am only a couple more times?
Yeah, there was. I'll admit that now. I maybe wouldn't have admitted it back then. I was strictly business back then, wanted to win games. But yeah, it's a little bit sad. It's a lot of emotions going through your mind, but I was happy with what I had done and what I had accomplished, so it was more happy emotions for me.
And I say that because I get the sense McCants has a little extra juice here tonight in his second to last home game during his career. He blocks the shot, his second, picked up by Mike Peake. This is fun to watch with number 35 in black right now. McCackle-Reese almost had the steal, but it's picked up by Pryor. And now he will try to slow things down and initiate the offense. 2 and change left here in the first half. The Aggies ahead by a pair. Their biggest lead here today. 4 to shoot for Peak. Somebody's going to have to heat. Pull-up jumper. No good. And it's cleared by the freshman Tisano.
Another solid defensive possession for SFA.
Top scorers for both on the bench. Allen's on the bench for the Aggies. Kensmill on the bench for SFA. Both guys have 2 personals. But Kensmill has played through it. Now is Arn Henry. He can't believe it. And that'll lead to more free throws here for SFA. Clayton Henry's confused. It was on the curl right here. And he clipped Jossel just enough. He clipped him. And that forced Jossel to lose the basketball. So Trail Jossel will shoot 1 and 1.
They might have got him with a little hip check there.
Mario McKinney Jr. just checked in for the Aggies. He was unavailable last weekend in Chicago. His first minutes tonight. Teddy Allen still on the bench. First made free throw for the Jacks on try number 4.
Yeah, we'll see how long Teddy hangs out there on the bench. Whether he's got to figure something out on offense or defense.
Allen hasn't been in foul trouble very often this year. This is one of the few games where he's had these foul issues. Jossel makes both, and we are tied at 27. So the Aggies go with Pryor, Peak, McKinney, Rice, and McCants. Only starters on the floor, McCants and Rice. Bodies flying everywhere out near the arc. Mario McKinney finds an open Rice, down low to Pryor, and he dumps it off to McCants. This is a physical basketball game. We had bodies flying everywhere on the right wing. It's like a football game out there on the right wing momentarily.
Yeah, I'm not sure who fouled who there, but like you said, bodies flying all over the court. Guys wondering what's going on. Coaches wondering what's going on.
Nate Pryor will shoot 2. That was foul number 10 on SFA. He is 4 for 13 for the stripe this year. Not known as a shooter, known as a good passer, a good defender, a big guard. He's from Seattle. And he's only averaging 3 points per game. Once again, unavailable in the previous 4. He's finally back from injury. He misses badly on foul shot number 2. Pull-up jumper, no good for Salomon. Higher rebound is collected by Rice.
Both teams playing real good defense. We're going to see who can get a better shot on offense, but more free throws coming for Jabari here.
And he'll finally try to get in the scoring column. This is a pretty big surprise for Jabari Rice, who averages 12.5 points per game. And he has not scored. He's only attempted 1 shot. It was a 3-point miss. 77% free throw shooter. He's been patient, Joe. Do you feel like he's been a little too patient, especially with Teddy on the bench with 2 fouls?
Yeah, I think you could say he's being a little too patient, but again, it's SFA creating it. It's really tough for him, really tough for him. He's got 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He's trying to help out in other ways. But if Teddy continues to stay in foul trouble, he's going to have to pick it up in the second half.
Rice has been in double figures in 5 of the previous 6. He's played 34-plus minutes in each of the previous 6 games. Under a minute left here in the first half. A really entertaining first half in a tightly contested game with a lot at stake. Jossel lobs it. Peak batted it away, and that's offensive. Aren't Stephen F. Austin. It's Arn Jossel who jumped to pass, ran over the defender. Charge is drawn. And guess who? It's Johnny McCants. And if you're counting at home, he's drawn 2 tonight. He's been the Aggies offense. McCants has 13 of the Aggies' 29. He only averages 8 per game. The Aggies are looking for him. He'll catch it mid-post. Fires it outside for Mario McKinney Jr. Corner 3, Rice. Missed it short. And Mike Peak will keep the possession alive. There's about a 10-second difference, game clock and shot clock here to finish off the half. McKinney speeds in the key, flies it outside for McCants. 16 and half one for Johnny.
Great find by McKinney. Like you said, Johnny playing with just a little bit extra juice tonight.
Antwi Bosiaco airballs the 3. And there's still 0.6 remaining. The Aggies might get a shot off here. You can catch and shoot with 0.6. Rice will let it roll. Rice will fire 3-quarter court, and he almost made it. Pretty good look. Johnny McCants the story on senior week. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 of 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Assistant coach Dominique Taylor is standing by with Tatiana Favela.
Coach, this is a big game for WAC standings. How do you feel that your guys handled the magnitude of the game in the first half?
I mean, we've been in big games all year long. Obviously, this one is huge because we're nearing the final stretch of the season. I think our guys have come out ready to play. We got to make some adjustments, but another half like that, I like our chances.
And speaking of that, what kind of adjustments are you thinking about offensively and defensively?
Well, they got some big guys down there. We got to do a better job of checking them out and taking care of the basketball. We're turning it over quite a bit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you, Coach Taylor. Teddy Allen only played 10 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble. He only scored 3 points, but Johnny McCants took over. 16 for the local product. The Aggies by a handful as we head to half. Good to have those two guys back on the floor if you're an Aggie fan. And keep in mind, too, Kensmill has 2, but Kyle Keller let him play through it. And he did just fine, scoring 6 points in that first half. The Aggies are going to double-team Kensmill every time he catches it. Solomon looking high-low, and 3 seconds in the lane is called on Kensmill, who wanted the basketball earlier, and SFA never found him.
Yeah, that was good on-ball pressure by the Aggies right there. He had position, just couldn't get him the ball down there. You can see him, he has position right here. He wants it, but credit to Johnny for making it hard.
And you can see Teddy Allen kind of cheating that way because once Kensmill catches it, the Aggies want to double him every time he catches. That's their main focus. Backdoor for McCants. He missed the jam, but he's fouled on the dunk attempt. So they've run the same play. Different sides of the floor, of course, but they've run that same play multiple times here during the course of the game.
Yeah, they're running that play because SFA stays on the top side. They like to deny that pass, so they're able to get that baseline pass, and Johnny just missed the dunker there, but he got fouled.
And Nate Pryor can find that post player as good as anybody for the Aggies. McCants had made his first 4 free throws, so he misses his first one. 4 for 5 now tonight. He's only a 49% free throw shooter during his 6th year on the program. Follows his miss, grabs rebound number 6. Let's see if Teddy Allen can get on track here in half 2. McCants misses the 3. McNair tips it right to Rice on the sideline. Rice in the key finds Pryor, who cuts in and scores for 2. Timeout, Kyle Keller.
And he's not happy about giving up 2 offensive rebounds and then a layup.
46 seconds into half 2. The Aggie lead is their biggest. They lead by 7 here at the Pan Am. These are guys back in your day that you wouldn't want to guard because if you fall asleep for a half second, he's by you.
Right, don't turn your head when you're guarding Nate Pryor because he's going to cut behind you, he's going to find the ball, and then he makes the right decision after that. And that's important against this kind of defense that double teams a lot. They play real physical. That backdoor cut can be a release for that kind of pressure.
That's how he got the game winner in Albuquerque back in non-conference play. He moved well without the ball. Rice found him and he scored the game winner.
Yeah, he's been doing it all season, all season. I like he flipped that one up behind his head for that game winner in Albuquerque, but
SFA breaks the pressure easily. Tisano on the wing. Now Hall will scoot it outside for Cackle-Rees, who runs the point. Senior from Pennsylvania. Tisano, top of the key to Day Hall. Right back to Cackle-Rees. Good three-point shooter, hasn't made a three yet though. Jossel outside for Hall. Elbow jumper. McNair was late to close out, and Day Hall connects. He has 6.
But that's what Gavin Kensmo creates. You've got to help so much on the inside that he can get a wide open mid-range jumper like that.
Stephen F. Austin has only attempted 6 threes. They're 1 for 6. The Aggies 3 for 9 on trays. The Aggies made 14 threes in the first matchup this year against SFA. And Pryor hits the top side of the backboard. It was not deflected, so it's going to be SFA ball.
Like you can see right there, they're just helping so much on the inside that you'll live with that, but SFA shoots it at a high clip.
Hall doesn't shoot threes. He's only attempted 3 this year, but he has a good mid-range game. Cackle-Rees has not attempted a 3 yet. This is a young man who has 35 makes for the year. He can be dangerous from the arc. Double team comes on Kensmill. Jossel, the best three-point shooter for SFA, was wide open. He's 37%. He came in with 60 makes for the season, team best.
Yeah, and you can't leave the best three-point shooter on the other team wide open like that. Someone's got to at least fly out and get a hand.
That is a missed assignment for sure. Teddy Allen has only scored 3 points on 1 for 3 shooting. Allen maneuvers, floats it for Pryor. Gets it back with 7 to shoot. Working Artisano, throws it up for McCants, and he was not on the same page as Johnny. That's a good idea by Allen. If McCants is ready for it, it's an easy deuce.
Yeah, it looks good if they're able to capitalize on it, but it's a tough play. Teddy's trying to get into the swing of things here.
Turnover number 11 on the Aggies so far. Tisano also hasn't made a 3 this year, so the Aggies are sagging off the non-shooters on the arc. Allen closes out in a hurry on Jossel. 2 former Power 5 players going at it. Three-pointer is good for Tisano. His first made 3 this year. It's a 3 for now. They will review at the next dead ball.
That's always a tough one. You know, the scouting report says non-shooter, non-shooter, so you back off him, and then, of course, he hits a 3.
Allen throws up a shot. He drills it. +1 for Teddy Buckets. How do you guard that, Joe?
You don't. You don't. I mean, he's a big guard. He backs you down, straight up and down, gets the body contact, and then finishes. He's a master at those tough shots.
Allen's already attempted 1 free throw tonight. He made it. 85% for the year. Front runner right now for WAC Player of the Year. 21 a game in league games, 20 a game overall. And the Aggies go ahead by a pair. Cackle-Rees out of the backcourt for SFA. Works around the Hall ball screen. Poked away initially by Allen. Good denial by Rice on the near wing. Kensmill outside. Tisano made 1 moments ago. He misses this one. Keep in mind, he was 0 for 5 from 3 coming in. Allen speeds in the key and he lays it in uncontested.
Starting to look like he's going to get going here in the second half.
5 on the previous 2 possessions for Teddy Buckets. He now has 8. Mid-range, no good for Cackle-Rees. Snatched in by McNair. Here comes Teddy. Opposite wing, a step-in 3. No good for Rice. Grabbed by Kensmill. McElrees goes away for the Kensmill ball screen. He'll wheel back out to the arc. Hall hesitates and doesn't shoot it. 10 to shoot for McElrees. McCants defends. Fancy scoop shot by McElrees, and he can't convert.
And that's a couple really good defensive possessions by the Aggies, really sticking to the game plan.
Allen trying to launch it outside for Rice. It was tipped by Hall. Rice maneuvers. He's bumped and one for Jabari.
I think they're going to call that one on the floor, actually.
Yeah, David Hall wipes it off. No continuation. Chris Jans just shakes his head. So the bucket will not count. The Aggies will have the ball when we come back. 2-possession game here at the Pan Am.
But we've seen this all season. He kind of starts to come alive in the second half, and the Aggies are going to need him to come alive.
Yeah, Teddy Allen has the ability to score a lot in a hurry. Only 3 first-half points. He has already scored 5 so far in this half. And we've seen this before, Joe. You might write him off for a half, and then you look up and he has 20. And the Aggies are hoping it could be one of those nights again where he goes on a surge here in half 2 and still gets his season average of 20.
Yeah, he has a habit of that, of just putting up a lot of points real quick. He'll get to the free throw line, he'll get to the basket and make those off-balance floaters. And then a transition 3 he'll throw in there every now and then.
Pryor has to lob it in for the post player, McNair. He finds a guard, that's Pryor. Great pressure all night from SFA. The Aggies expected this. Jackson Posey is hounding Pryor. Hawkins defends Allen. Allen gets Hawkins on the ground, and he rims in the triple. My goodness.
Yeah, that's what he can do. He's got a big smile on his face after putting 2 defenders on the ground.
Hawkins, a former UTEP minor. And that's a charge. Arnana Antwi Bosiaco. Will McNair.
You can see Teddy here with the snatch back to the fadeaway 3.
Joe, what do the kids call that? They put them on skates? Is that what they say?
Put them both on skates.
Allen in double figures now with 11. 8 of those in the first 6 minutes of the half. Rice backing down the smaller Jossel, who is only 5'11". Spins on him, picks up his dribble, might have a crease, floats it out for McNair, skips it to Pryor. Pryor going to work, needs to hurry, and he's blocked away out of bounds by Salomon. And they're going to put 1 on the timer. So this will be a catch and shoot scenario with 1 on the timer and 13:40 left here in the half.
And if you're Stephen F. Austin, no lobs to the rim, no fouls. Just get a hand up.
And then also trying to make sure Teddy Allen doesn't catch it.
Yeah, make sure you know where he's at.
McNair from the corner, and he drains the triple. His 3rd made 3 during his sophomore season. What a sequence for Big Philly. Jackson Posey is clipped on the dribble drive. He's clipped by Pryor. The foul occurs there in the mid-post area. Will McNair loves to shoot the 3. I don't think Chris Jans loves him shooting the 3 as much as he wants to shoot the 3. But he got an open look here and he drained it.
Yeah, an open look. Big smile on his face. The crowd goes wild.
Every post player wants to be a guard. That's no secret. Will McNair no different. 3 rims in for Jossel, and he answers his 2nd make here in the half. SFA not going anywhere. Rice hesitates. He throws it off the nose of McNair, stolen by Kensmill. Jossel will launch, and he hits another 3rd made triple for the transfer from Kansas.
he's got a little hop in his step now.
Played in 9 games last season at KU for Bill Self. Big impact in his freshman season at SFA. Got that COVID waiver last year. McCants backing down. Ken's Mill fakes left, goes right. 18 for Johnny McCants.
If Johnny's going to be patient and make moves like that, he's really hard to guard.
Here's Hawkins, who's missed 2 of the previous 3 with an injury. Salomon is blocked, but a foul is called at the rim. And it is on Teddy Allen, number 3.
Tough call. Maybe he took a swipe at it there, but
Chris Chance has a big decision to make. Do you leave Teddy in with 3? I doubt he does, and he will not. Henry and Pete coming in for Allen and McNair. The Aggies played just fine at times in the first half without Teddy. Johnny McCants really picked up the slack offensively. Second free throw for Salomon, sophomore from Houston.
I think we can look for that here in the second half to make Johnny kind of the focal point of the offense, see if we can get him the ball and let him make decisions.
Rice kind of running the show again. He only has 2 points, but he's had a good floor game. Backs it up to the arc, defended by Kensmill. Mismatch here, and Jossel was tussling with Johnny McCants, and that is a foul on Latrell Jossel. That's number 3 on him. And he has made 3 threes in the half, so keep an eye on that as we go forward. Under 12 left in half 2, an Aggie win gives them at least a share of the title and a 1 seat in WAC Vegas. It's still a 2-possession game.
Oh, it definitely has. The Aggies have won 32 straight conference plays here at the Pan American Center, entering today 7-0 at home in conference play. And the Aggies haven't lost a conference game since 2017 when they lost to Utah Valley. So this week, as we know, the Aggies have 2 chances to win another regular season title on their home floor, 1 tonight and 1 on Saturday. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tatiana. The Aggies are 12-1 overall at home this year. Tatiana mentioned 7-0 in WAC play at home. And the last season, Joe, with more than 1 home loss was 2015-2016. The last season with more than 2 home losses was 2011-2012. So it has been quite some time. And the Aggies have not lost a conference home game since you were in uniform, Joe. I hate to bring that up, but you were on the floor that night. And they haven't lost since here at home in conference play. Catch and shoot contested 3 is off the back rim for Rice, and it's grabbed by Hawkins. Mario McKinney grabs it. He intercepts it like a free safety. Corner 3, Jabari, and he misfires again.
Jabari just hasn't been able to find it tonight, but he's getting open looks.
Going back to that last home loss in conference play as Peak draws a charge on Salomon, the 4th on Salomon. That was against Utah Valley, and that's who the Aggies will have on Saturday. And quite frankly, Joe, we've seen this for about 5 years now. The Aggies always seem to have issues with Utah Valley, whether it be here or Orem. First it was Mark Pope, now it's Mark Madsen, and they always coach the Wolverines so well. They're so ready for the Aggies each year.
They're just a tough program year in and year out. This year they got, AMAC, who could be WAC Player of the Year, a guy of that stature, and they came in here and they beat us. And I lost over there at Utah Valley too. If you want to just throw all my losses out there, Adam, I know you like doing that. We lost over there too. It's a tough place to play because they're just such a well-coached team.
Well, it's easy to bring up, Joe, because there isn't many. There's only a couple I can think of. I mean, you went to a couple NCAA tournaments, WAC regular season title in 2018 here, so you did quite well. Stephen F. Austin here in the home whites on the road on offense. Muscle finish for Salomon and 1. Kyle Keller leaves him in with 4. This is crunch time right here with 10 and change left, and Salomon will try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, and that's just a tough move. The hop step, couple pump fakes, get Mike Peak in the air. But you can tell the Aggies were starting to get a little momentum there. And that bucket's going to slow us down.
And it looks like Salomon will take a seat now. Yep, he will. Day-Day Hall comes in for him. So Salomon has 4, 3 on Hawkins, 3 on Jossell. That's for SFA. Meanwhile, for the Aggies, Allen's the only Aggie with more than 2. He has 3. And Teddy is back in. A lob for Mike Peak, the helper from McKinney.
Such a well-designed set. You got 2 shooters running the baseline. They kind of exchange, and then you throw the lob on the backside. That's just a great set.
Hensmill alone, his first points in the half. He now has 8, matching what he had in the first matchup. He averages 16, though, for the second straight year. McCants will drop it off for Teddy Allen. Defended by Jalen Jackson Posey, only a freshman. And that's offensive on Teddy. That's his 4th. He's trying to tell Chris Jans to keep him in. There's no way he wins this one. No way he stays in with 4 with 9:46 left. No way, right? Well, Mario McKinney was about to go off, and then Chris Jans said, no, it's Teddy, not Mario, it's Teddy. You just can't risk it, Joe, right?
With just under 10 minutes, no, you can't risk it. He'll come back in. Just not going to stay in right now.
Cackle-Reese finds Hall, right back to Cackle-Reese, who has not attempted a 3. He's a really good shooter from the arc. Spin move for Hall. Great defense by Peak. That's just a really good move by Day-Day Hall.
That was a really good move. Great footwork, patience. Lumberjacks just hang around.
Mario McKinney Jr., a 2-handed hammer. Cackle-Reese right back to Jackson Posey. Shallow on his 3, and a foul on the rebound on Hawkins. That is already the 4th on Nigel Hawkins in limited minutes off the bench.
And there's that explosiveness right there from Mario McKinney.
Mario McKinney playing with a lot of confidence here tonight. Played really well 2 games ago against Seattle, was unavailable against Chicago State over the weekend. And he's back in there tonight, and he gets a big dunk, and now McCants will shoot 1 and 1. That was foul number 7 on SFA. McCants a very respectable 4 for 6 from the line, 49% for the year. Way off on his throw, and Jossell grabs the rebound. Salomon is in with 4 fouls. Backdoor cut by Jossell, and he lays it in. 2-point game again. A really well-played game tonight on both sides. Physical, high-level mid-major basketball game. Rice trying to find McNair. Diving Cackle-Reese, diving Henry, and Clayton Henry got a timeout. Kyle Keller either doesn't believe he had possession or believes that he had possession and he was rolling around, and it should have been a travel. Either way, the Aggies get a timeout and will head to the media. 1 possession game. Aggies 54, Jacks 52, 8 and change remaining. .52 Aggies, 8 and change left here in the second half. Adam Young with Joe Garza. Tatiana Favelas with us as well. And Tatiana, WAC Vegas is less than a week away. You have more on that.
That's right, Adam. It's less a week away, starting next Tuesday in Vegas, like you said. Now, day one of the tourney will be taking place at the Michelob Ultras Arena before switching over to the Orleans Arena next Wednesday. Now, the Aggies and the Lumberjacks are both trying to secure a top 2 seed, which would give them a bye into the semifinals on Friday. The Aggies have won 3 WAC tournament titles during Chris Jan's tenure, while the Lumberjacks are in their first year of the conference. Adam, Joe?
Thank you, Tatiana. So the Aggies are trying to wrap up at least a share of the regular season title tonight in that 1 seed. And the Lumberjacks still have an outside shot at an outright regular season title, or at least a share. And Joe, you've been to WAC Vegas. You played in WAC Vegas. Do you have any memories that you would like to share? Maybe a favorite memory from WAC Vegas?
Man, WAC Vegas, I think I have 4 rings maybe from WAC Vegas, two with the women and 2 with the men. But I think the first year that I played with Coach Paul Weir, we weren't the 1 seed. We beat Bakersfield, and just the feeling you get. It was a special year with some special guys. I mean, Ian Baker, Matt Taylor, Braxton Huggins, guys like that. Chance Ellis came in, hit some big threes. You can't forget
Chance Ellis from that tournament.
Man, I'm always going to talk about bands, but that year was just so special to me and those guys as well, and it is nothing like winning your first one like that for me.
The Aggies have won 3 of the previous 4 WAC regular season titles and 5 of the previous 7. They lead by 2, trying to capture at least a share tonight at home in front of the home fans. McElree spins it down low to Kensmill. Checked by McNair. Good footwork again by Kensmill. Gets his own miss. The Aggies are trying to strip it away, and they can't do so. Gaben Kensmill in double figures with 10.
Another big, strong move from him. Just a lot to handle down there for anybody.
Kensmill from Suriname. McKinney trying to tap it in, can't do so. McElree grabs the rebound. 2 chances at it there for Mario McKinney. Salomon runs over McCanton. That's a blocking foul. He was inside the restricted area. The official, J.P. Guerrero, was right on the spot to see it.
I think he had his heels right there inside the restricted area. As you can see, yep.
Keep in mind, Salomon is playing with 3 right now. They must have changed the foul earlier because they had him at 4, and now they only have him as 3. So that's interesting. They had him at 4 earlier. Now he only has 3. We were not notified of the change, and the first free throw is no good for Salomon. SFA struggling from the line once again. The only top-notch free throw shooter for the Jacks, numbers-wise, is Jossel, who's 89%. They are 67% as a team.
Yeah, you can feel this game starting to get real tense. It's going to be really important for both teams to execute and get good shots.
Teddy Allen still on the bench with 4 personals. Hasn't played much. Only played 10 minutes in the first half. McCants guarded by Kensmill. Kensmill kind of slipped. Johnny can't bank it in. He will shoot 2 though.
Yeah, he slipped and maybe a little afraid to pick up a foul right there, but Johnny does a good job. Pump fake. Now it's going to be important for him to make free throws.
The all-time wins leader in program history. He passed your good buddy Ian Baker earlier this year. Nobody has won more games in the Crimson and White than the big man from Las Cruces, Johnny McCants.
Such a great record to hold for Johnny too, especially being from here.
Well, it goes to show he influences winning as much as anybody. Splits the pair, and we're tied at 55. When do you feel like, Joe, is the good time to bring Teddy Allen back in the game?
I think they'll bring her around maybe 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, something like that. Depending on how the Aggies handle this. If they're getting good shots on offense, he might sit a little longer, but I know everyone's waiting to put him back in.
Teddy Allen sitting right next to Dominic Taylor, an assistant coach on the Aggie bench, waiting to go back in. Day-Day Hall gave the Jacks a 2-point advantage. Here's Henry trying to bounce it for McNair, and it's stolen by Hall. Jossell will fire a transition three, ill-advised, and it's way off.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed heat check for him, but
Rice on the catch down the lane, trying to finish with the left. Punched up by Henry, put in by McNair, and we're tied again. This game has a championship feel to it. The Aggies with a one-game lead over SFA right now in the standings, a half-game lead over Seattle. You better believe the Red Hawks are watching tonight. And then Sam Houston's only a game and a half behind the Aggies. Grand Canyon's only 2 back, so only 2 games separates 5 schools right now in the league here in the final week of the regular season. Donnie Tillman is back in, comes in for McCants.
yeah, like you said, the feel, we're starting to get that Wack Vegas feel. These games are going to be close.
McNair blocked Hensmill, and then a foul is called on Will McNair. Got him on his wrist. No easy buckets tonight, Joe.
Not at all. Another good, strong move. And yeah, I think he got him up there on the wrist as well.
That was foul number 3 on Will McNair Jr. 2 foul shots for Hensmill. 0 for 2 in the game, 3 for 16 in his previous 3 now. He's in a big-time funk from the line. It's not bad for the year. He shoots 61% for the year, even with the recent skid from the line.
Yeah, you can just see he's not super comfortable up there at the line right now.
And he's 0 for 4 in the game. Grab by Tillman. The Aggies can take a lead on this possession. Pryor, Rice, Tillman, McNair, and Henry, and Pryor lays it in. Was there a whistle? Nope. Hard to hear in here. David Hall kind of motioned the official, but there was no call. Aggies ahead by a pair. McElrees gets it back, his first 3-point try of the game, and he sends the Jacks in front by 1. He's a sharpshooter from Pennsylvania.
Big shot right there.
McElrees, a veteran, he's been there and he's done that, and he fouls Pryor well away from the basket. Well, you expect veterans who are experienced, hard-nosed players to step up in crunch time, and David McElrees does right here.
Yeah, hadn't shot a 3 all game, I don't think, and knocks down a big one right there. The fans were on their feet. He kind of silenced them there for a little bit. But no, that's just a big shot.
Hensmill goes off. He'll probably stay off until the under 4 media. Pryor 0 for 2 tonight, 4 for 15 this year on free throws. This is 1-1. That was foul number 9 on SFA. Way off on the free throw, offensive board for Rice. And Pryor will reset. Waiting for a Tillman ball screen. Dangerous bounce pass. It's loose. Touched by Pryor, trying to crawl to his feet. Blocked by McNair. He pinned it off the backboard. McNair was out of bounds when he caught his block on the end line. Big Philly ran the floor.
He chased that one down and saved a layup.
They lost the ball just at the very end. Big time swat by McNair. No easy buckets. That has been the theme here tonight. SFA trying to extend their advantage. Cackley is guarded by Pryor. Down low for Hall. Lost it. McCants didn't see it though. Hall for three. Hasn't made one this year and he misfires right there. We approach the under 4 media. The Aggies trying to go back in front on this possession. What a game. 9 ties, 11 lead changes. Low post feed to McNair. Squaring up on Antwi Bosiaco. Outside for Pryor. Needs to hurry. McNair, his second try from 3. Off back rim. Offensive rebound initially by McCants. Poked away by SFA though.
Good defensive possession there for SFA.
Cackley staying patient with it. Hall swings it for Jackson Posey. The freshman, fall away 10-footer, swishes it in. 3-point lead. There's a tussle underneath, and this will send us to our media. SFA trying to hang on and keep their hopes alive at a regular season title, while the Aggies are trying to clinch at least a share of their 4th regular season title in the previous 5 years. Final 3 minutes when you come back.
Right, there wasn't a foul, there wasn't a timeout, there wasn't anything that would have normally stopped the game. But they got a lucky stoppage there. Teddy comes back in.
So do you go right to Teddy right off the bat right here? On the first possession offensively, obviously, but right off the bat, whenever you get the ball back, do you go to him? What are we going here? The Aggies are confused.
It should be the Aggies ball is what they were confused about.
SFA was trying to inbound. They were about to get an easy bucket because they are shooting on that hoop.
Even they thought they were going the other way. There was a big confusion, and that's why I didn't say anything. But no, I do think if you don't go to Teddy directly, you run him as a decoy for somebody else.
Okay, so it is Aggie ball. So things are corrected, and it's Pryor, Rice, McCants, McNair, and Teddy Allen. Lob for Johnny McCants. He has met at the rim. SFA read it all the way. Good defense by Kyle Keller's bunch.
And that's a good save by Johnny to keep that ball in play.
Shot put pass ahead for Cackley. Fires it in the corner for Jackson Posey. And SFA will reset with under 3 left here in half 2. Cackley's pick and roll with Kensmill. Bounces it for Kensmill. He leans into McNair and 1 for Gavin Kensmill. Pick and roll with Cackley's.
And that was a great pocket pass there. And then a tough finish.
That was foul number 4 on Will McNair, so he joins Teddy Allen with 4. Let's see if Kensmill can end his free throw shooting woes. He's 0 for 4. And he gets his first one and shows a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, and that's a big one. And it's still a 6-point game. The Aggies don't have to shoot a desperation shot here. Just get a good high percentage look.
Having some issues trying to get Teddy Allen the basketball. Baseline for McNair, sends it out for Rice. On the baseline, steps through, and he's fouled, and he can't finish. The Aggies have been right around the rim countless times in this half and unable to convert on and 1 opportunities.
Yeah, that's a good long Euro step there by Jabari and just puts it off the back, but that's been the game for him today. It's just been rough.
The Aggies in the double bonus. SFA in the single bonus right now, so free throws the rest of the way on both sides. That foul was the 5th on Salomon, so he's done. Day-Day Hall comes in for him. Solomon finishes with 8 points. Rice will shoot 2. He's 2 for 2. He is 77% this year. Redshirt junior from Houston.
It's going to be really important for the Aggies to get a stop here in this next possession. Stephen F. Austin will probably go back to the pick and roll.
They're going to find Kensmill one way or the other, Joe, right? I mean, you would have to think right here. They're going to find number 14 in white.
Yeah, the Aggies actually switch defenses right here, so they can't go to that pick and roll. A little confusion, though.
Cackle-Rees runs the point. Here's Jossel. Good length in the arc defensively for the Aggies.
Gotta find Jossel.
Cackle-Rees hesitates. Only 3 to shoot for Cackle-Rees. He throws it for Hall, and he missed it. Fresh 20, though. Hall lays it in. Day-Day Hall scores right around Will McNair.
Big offensive rebound there.
Still don't need threes, though. Still plenty of time left. Allen goes to work on Jackson Posey. He will shoot a 3. He missed it. Cleared by Kensmill. Cackle-Rees, a no-look feed. He was looking for Hall. He saves it to Jackson Posey. SFA's in a rush for some reason, and it will stay Lumberjacks basketball. Good find by Cackle-Rees, but no reason to be in a rush here in the final minute.
Yeah, they wanted a little home run play right there, but they're fortunate to get the ball back. And if you're the Aggies, that's a rebound that's just tough to give up.
Inbound pass goes to Jackson Posey. Cackle-Rees will initiate the offense. Under a minute left. Time is not the Aggies' friend right now. Cackle-Rees will call for a ball screen from Kensmill. This time he'll take it himself. He throws it to Kensmill at the very last second. That would have been a shot clock violation. The officials let them play on, though. Allen lost it. He taps it out to Vershawn Cotton from the corner. He drains the 3. One possession game. A timeout is called by Chris James.
He just subbed in the game for that very reason. Ball got into his hands, and he's ready to go. Those minutes at Chicago State play a huge role when you get into games like this.
So now, Joe, it's a one-possession game, 31 seconds left. You have to foul right away. You have to find the right shooter, right? You're trying to foul particular guys here in this scenario.
Yeah, I think the Aggies maybe will press right here, try and get a trap. And if they can't get a trap, then they're going to have to foul after that.
Do you have the ability here to wait 5, 7, 8 seconds to foul and try to get a steal early on in this possession?
I think you do. I think you do. They're going to put in maybe a different lineup here. Got a couple guys with 4 fouls. See if they can get a trap. See if they can get that turnover.
And if you do get the ball back, you don't need a 3 right away. If you have the basketball with 20 or 25 seconds left, even though it's a 3-point game, you do not need a 3 right away.
You don't need a 3, but you do need a little bit of sense of urgency.
Day-Day Hall will inbound. And we get a foul before the inbound. Rice kind of clothesline Jossel, and that is not the guy you want to foul here. Latrell Jossel is by far the best free throw shooter for SFA. He is 89%, 91% in league play. And Rice just had too much contact on Jossel, who will head to the free throw line. Now it is a 1-and-1. That was only foul number 8 on the Aggies. So the Aggies are hoping for a rare miss for Jossel, the transfer from Kansas. Shooting into the student section. been in big atmospheres before. He played at Kansas. My goodness. Not fazed by this one bit.
Yeah, he's got that look on his face. He said, I'm good, I'm good.
2 wins this week for SFA, and they get at least a share of the WAC regular season title. Even though right now they're in 3rd in the conference, and Chassell makes both. Need a quick bucket. Still a good amount of time left. Allen taking a lot of time here. Hands it off to Vershawn Cotton, who rises up from 3, and he connects again. 2-point game. The transfer from LIU has connected our 2 straight triples.
Man, that's a big shot. A big shot right there by Vershawn Cotton. Nice little handoff here. Kind of a screen from Teddy, and he knocks down that shot.
Fresh off the bench, nonetheless, Joe. That is tough to do. He had not been playing here in this half. Only played a little bit in half 1. And he has made 3s our 2 straight possessions. We've seen some miracles in this building before, right? We could be in store for another one here in the final 20 seconds. So once again, you do not want to foul Chassell if you're the Aggies. You want to foul somebody else. Cackle-Reeves is a 71% free throw shooter. He's also a pretty good free throw shooter. We'll see who else Kyle Keller will have in this game. They just don't have many guys who are quality free throw shooters. Keep in mind, the Jacks were 22 out of 43 from the line in the previous 2 games, and they are only 67% for the year. Do you have enough time here, Joe, where you can wait 4 or 5 seconds, try to get a steal, and still use some clock?
It's tough now because New Mexico State doesn't have any timeouts left. They have no timeouts left. They're going to have to go. They're going to come out in this press right now. If they get the steal, you're going to have to look to attack the basket. I like maybe letting Kinsmill catch the ball, see if we can put him on the free throw line, kind of shade towards other guys to where it makes it him open. But they're going to try and get this trap, and they're going to try and get a turnover out of it to begin with.
Cackle-Reeves, Chassell, Kinsmill, Jackson, Posey, and Hall right now for SFA. Hall will inbound.
You see they'll leave Kinsmill because they want him to catch the ball. They want him to break up and catch the ball.
Hall will trigger. Gets it in for Cackle-Reeves, a 71% free throw shooter. Kinsmill's wide open, and he jams it. And a timeout is called right away by SFA. They now have 1 left. The Aggies have none left. So they were daring Kinsmill to catch it. He eventually caught it, and he was wide open there in the interior.
Yeah, and that's that back of that press. You can't let anybody get behind you. Kinsmill got behind him on that one.
Keep in mind, too, the Aggies have 0 timeouts left. They're going to need a quick bucket here. Do you go to the hot hand? Do you go to Vershawn Cotton again?
I think you get the ball in Teddy's hands and let him make that decision. If Vershawn Cotton's open, obviously let him shoot the ball. Jabari's made big shots in here before.
Aggies break huddle with Allen, Cotton, McNair, Rice, and McCants. SFA will not guard the inbounder. They get it in for Rice. Throws it ahead for Allen. Allen to the rim. Shot no good, but back try no good for McCants, but it looks like he was fouled up high. And Johnny McCants will shoot 2 in a 2-possession game with 8.6 left.
I like that, attacking the basket. Johnny comes in. Some more big free throws for Johnny here.
After starting hot, McCants now 5 for 9 from the stripe. And he is only 49% for the season. But this is a 2-shot situation for McCants. Nana Antwi Bosiako comes in for SFA. Jalen Jackson Posey will head off. Chris Jans will bring in Mario McKinney if McCants makes the free throw and he makes it. So it's a one-possession game. McKinney comes in for McNair.
So now you need to steal immediately, or you're going to have to foul immediately.
Keep in mind, too, it is still a 1-and-1 situation for SFA. The Aggies have only committed 8 fouls. David Hall will head towards the monitor, possibly to look at something. I think they have to bring Nana Antwi Bosiako back in because of how he entered earlier. So Hawkins will have to take a seat, and Antwi Bosiako will come back in. Hall trying to get it in. Does for Kensville. The Aggies didn't foul him. And they fouled Day Hall, who's a 69% free throw shooter. So time came off the clock, and the Aggies couldn't foul the struggling free throw shooter, Kensville.
Yeah, missed opportunity right there.
This is 1-and-1 for Day Hall. And then you need a 3. There's only 5.9 left. The Aggies do not have a timeout left. Hall's free throw is good. That is huge for Day Hall. That makes it a 2-possession game. Kyle Keller trying to tell his team, do not foul when they shoot a 3 here. Second free throw is good. He made both. The Aggies get it in quickly for Vershawn Cotton. He will quickly shoot a 3. He's fouled on the 3 and he made it. So he's going to have a chance here to miss the free throw on purpose in a 2-point game. Unbelievable. His third made 3 in the previous minute, and he can miss this one on purpose, and the Aggies might have a shot here.
Yeah, clipped his ankle right there, and SFA is going to try and get some bigger guys in there to maybe box out, but
Timeout Lumberjacks. This one seemed like it was potentially over. It was a 5-point game after the Hall made 3 throws. And now Cotton makes his third 3 in the previous minute. But I'll tell you what, Joe, I've heard people say this before. When you're a good shooter, it isn't easy to miss it on purpose, right?
it's hard. It's hard to miss it. You don't practice missing free throws, that's for sure.
So I assume the Aggies will try to get their biggest lineup in to potentially tip it in. I guess you could have time potentially too. If he misses it, you can tip it out to the arc and shoot a 3 for the win. There could be that scenario as well. The Aggies are a really good rebounding team, +9 on the glass in this game, so this one is not over yet.
Definitely not over yet. Let's see what kind of miss Vershawn Cotton can get. Just hit the rim. I've seen guys in this situation miss the rim completely. Just got to get it up on the rim.
Johnny McCants, of course, the prime candidate to potentially tip something in, or at least grab the rebound here. Mario McKinney Jr. can really fly from the guard position. It is McCants, Allen, McKinney, and Rice, and the free throw shooter Cotton, who has to miss this one on purpose to give the Aggies a shot. Salomon is fouled out, so SFA has their biggest lineup in with players that are qualified right now, since Salomon fouled out. 2-point game, 1.3 left. Cotton misses the free throw. Hall grabs the rebound, and SFA escapes with a win.